let's start off by talking about your competition.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. These contests are fun.
Yeah.
And this one is, it's kind of funny. So this one is at Cactus Jack's in Ahwatukee. And I didn't even know they did comedy there
I didn't either.
until very recently. You said you'd played poker there before.
I have.
And I used to go there.
May have sang karaoke there,
Yeah,
but you know.
Yeah, that would make sense because I used to go and watch music there.
Okay. Yeah.
We'd get off work and go there for
Yeah.
happy hour. I'd go with Ben or whoever.
Yeah.
And we'd go kick it there. And I didn't even know they did comedy. And then I saw this Ahwatukee contest, they call it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they do a comedy night on Thursday nights once a month. And then they've got this contest going on Sunday nights. So I'm going June 27th, so the last Sunday of this month. So what, a couple of weeks, 2.5 weeks or whatever it is. And the cool thing about this contest is it's the biggest one that I've done. I think they had 10 opening rounds of, what do we got there, 13 comics? What's the math on that? 8? Yeah, so,
Yeah.
I mean, 12, 13 comics, that's 120-ish comics in this one.
Not bad.
And the last one I did, I think, was 70. So this is going to be bigger, and then there's going to be multiple second rounds and all that sort of shit. So I'm going the last week.
Nice.
So hopefully we make it to the next round, but that one
Okay.
should be really good. So anybody interested, I think tickets are about $20. It's at Cactus Jack's in Ahwatukee. Going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
June 27th.
June 27th.
And is it going to be multiple nights?
So if you make it to the next round, it will be.
Okay.
So what they do is they take a couple people from each opening round, and then I don't know how many like second rounds they're going to have. They had 3 when I did the contest before. This time I'm guessing they might have to do more than that because they're probably going to have.
Do you think they actually need to buy tickets online, or can you just show up at the door?
Good question.
pay?
I should find that out.
Yeah, let's figure that out.
They've got the ticket information there, so you can just go
Right.
buy it. But yeah, another funniest comedian in the Valley contest. I made it to the finals of the 3rd round of the last contest that I did. Hopefully we get the same luck this time.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that you'll do well.
And you know how it is. It's like, it's partly your content and material and how funny you are, and also how many people you have there supporting
Sure,
you. Like,
sure.
they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
like-
yeah. That's
so
always how it is.
that's always
But,
how
you
it
know, it's still,
it is
you know,
fun.
you're a talented guy, so
It'll be fun.
I think you'll do well.
Yeah, like I know a couple of the comics around. I don't know anybody on going the night that I'm going.
Trying to see if I've performed with any of these. I don't recognize any of them, to be
one.
honest.
Yeah, and
This
usually
guy looks kind of familiar.
Yeah, I thought so too.
You
This
know?
guy looks a little familiar to me as well.
Yeah? Yeah, I think I've
I
been
feel
around
like I've
him.
seen him. This guy looks like the lead singer of Nickelback.
Yep.
That's Chad Kroger right there. We also have Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah.
So evidently this poster is filled with lead singers.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, and maybe the lead singer of REM, Michael Stipe right here. We got them all.
You got everyone.
Nailed it. We're good.
Yep.
And the lead singer of Disturbed. So there you go, me. But yeah, that'll be a fun show. And then I've got the that gig again in downtown Chandler at Mic Drop Mania.
When that's
July
coming up?
July 30th.
July 30th.
So that'll
Oh,
be
not
a
really
month.
coming up then.
No, but I figure I'm gonna have this show on the 27th. Then if I make it to the second night, it's gonna be sometime a few weeks after
Oh yeah,
this.
yeah, absolutely.
So there's gonna be a couple of gigs
So what's the protocol on this sort of thing? If there's multiple rounds, do you do new content each time? I mean,
It's up to the
That's the
comedian.
gamble,
Yeah,
right?
That's the risk.
I mean-
and I think one of the things that I fucked up last time was I did the same content 3 rounds.
yeah.
And so I think I got a little bit burnt on it.
And even if people are there for other people,
If they've heard it
if
again?
they've heard you the third fucking time,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, so I think that was a mistake.
know?
That was a strategic error on my part.
Yeah.
But I think because I've got new content, I've got some new stuff. This is gonna be all new stuff that I'm doing this time, and then I'll have to kind of figure out how much time I've got between shows to hopefully write some new shit. But we'll go from there.
Yeah. Let
So,
me know
yeah.
if you need any necrophilia content.
Yeah, if I need to be banging dead people, I will reach out to you. You are the subject matter expert on
That I am.
banging dead bodies.
That I am. So, well, that's exciting.
Yeah, are you doing? I know you talked about reaching out and doing something at Stand Up Live.
I did reach out, and he even emailed me back, and I just haven't done anything.
What's the date? And is there a June or a July date you were looking for?
Well, I think last Sunday I could have done it if I wanted to. That's the other thing. I don't really want to do a Sunday show, right?
They're always a Sunday.
It's the worst.
But
no,
they're always a
'cause we've
Sunday.
done them on Wednesdays before too.
I don't think at Stand Up Live. They've
Oh,
always
maybe
been a
that's
Sunday
at
night.
10 p.m. Improv when we've done.
Even those are always Sunday night.
No,
I don't
no,
think
I've performed on Wednesdays
Okay, I don't remember
for
ever
sure because
doing.
I've left here after work. And
Okay,
then,
I'm sure maybe we did, but I think almost every time we've done it, it's been Sunday nights.
yeah, that kind of sucks, but
It is. That's the one thing I like about. Oh, you know what? I think this might be a Tuesday
Yeah,
on the
Okay.
27th. I gotta look.
the club's blowing up on
This
a
might
Tuesday.
be Sunday nights. Yeah, now I gotta check. I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that Sunday night's the worst, but
Yeah, it is a Tuesday. Okay, the 27th is a Tuesday, so that's a little bit better than a Sunday. I
It's
guess
way better.
You know what I mean?
it's still Tuesday, but
We won't have to battle the Suns being in the playoffs or anything. Speaking of that, you see they cut CP3 today.
no, I
Suns
didn't.
cut Chris Paul. yeah.
Fucking A.
Well, I think the idea is, I think it was a strategic thing. I think he wants to stay, and I think the Suns want to keep him. But he was going to get like $15 million guaranteed on top of his contract
Right.
if they kept him. So I think they're going to try to get him at the vet minimum, but keep him around.
Oh, you still think they're going to keep him around?
Yeah, I think that's the
Okay.
plan.
Okay.
I think
All
that's
right.
they're just saving themselves some cap space.
Well, in the playoffs, right, between what KD and why can't I think
Booker.
of it? Booker did, Chris Paul was kind of the third wheel on that.
He's just getting so damn old.
He's
now.
good.
He's
still.
so good.
and I think that there's a lot of leadership there.
That's the
right?
big thing.
But
Which is why I think you want him on your roster.
yeah.
I'm hoping it works out and they sign him again. I also feel like they need to make probably one more change to the roster. You know what I mean? If CP3 can't be your everyday point guard, you got to go get somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I don't think you can rely on him. He's getting older. He's got load management nowadays. These guys don't play every day.
Right.
And he's just getting older, so he can get hurt. The guy's a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's just getting old.
And it's a risk when you're going to sign someone for any amount of money that's
100%,
like that, But
100%.
I could see where especially if he only has a few more years, why wouldn't? I'm sure you'd prefer to stay here.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
even if it's less money, like fuck.
And they're a playoff team. Like
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be in
Good
Phoenix and
team
play
still.
for a good team? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they stick around and make a better playoff run this year.
Yeah.
Hoping my Cavs make a good run next year too. The Cavs making the playoffs was good. They even got in as the 4th seed, which was good in the East. And they're just really young. They've got everybody under contract for a couple of years, so I think they'll be good for a minute. They're just set up really well right now for a small salary cap number on a small market team to kind of make a run with some all-stars. So hopefully they play. And then speaking of Cleveland sports, I'm hearing rumors that they're thinking about Browns are thinking about signing DeAndre Hopkins to pair him back up with Deshaun Watson. So I don't know how we can afford that dude. But I mean, since we paid Deshaun $6 billion, and the Browns don't have a goddamn draft pick left, so
Well, and that's funny that he would leave, get so disgruntled and talk shit to where he gets released from Arizona to go to fucking the Browns, like to go to the Cardinals Jr.
Yeah, right. Like it's
Come on.
I mean, the Browns should be. I expect the Browns to be at least a 500 team. It's just going to be tough to win that division with the
That might be better than we are
with the
this year.
Bengals. Oh,
Shit.
the Cards are expected to be
yeah,
really bad.
horrible.
Yeah,
horrible.
But I mean, you guys could
Seattle
have.
was expected to be bad last year too.
That's true. You never know.
know?
But if you guys really, if the Cardinals shit the bed, there's a chance they have the first 2 picks in the draft next year.
Right.
That's how you make. Some
That's how
noise.
you build a team.
You guys are going to get Marvin Harrison Jr. from the Buckeyes.
Yeah.
That's my hope.
You think
for
so?
You. I hope so.
Yeah.
I fucking love that dude. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, and he's ridiculous. And I'd love to have him come out here so I could watch him play.
Sure.
I fucking love that dude.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
And I think they go after Caleb Williams. I think you guys are going to get another quarterback.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that they want someone
Murray,
else to start grooming.
we need some diversity from Murray because that guy.
Not sold on him.
No.
Not sold on Murray.
The closest I've been to being on the Kyler Murray train would have been at the end of, like, in the middle to end of last season, right? He was such a. I think he was a problem from a everything standpoint,
Yeah.
not just inconsistency on the field.
Now there's a
but
leadership problem.
There was some serious problems. When you saw him yelling at Cliff and shit like that, it's like, come on.
And in the
dude.
locker room, players were talking about it. JJ Watt came out and said, like, no bueno on what's going on. And it shows. Their performance shows. That team should be better than they're playing.
Yeah. Well, and I think part of that, too, was, and I've said this before, I think that there was too much of a friend relationship with him and Kingsbury,
Yeah, that could be.
as opposed to Kingsbury being the fucking coach
Yeah.
and Murray being the leader on the field, right? Like, you can't.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's every time you want to start to get pissed at Murray, then he scrambles around and does some sort of crazy shit with his feet. And you're like, I mean, he's an amazing athlete.
Oh, he's an incredible athlete.
But you got to be a leader.
Dude.
Yeah, you're getting paid money to be a leader.
A lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of money. So, hopefully it works out.
There was a report that came out, and he was the most overrated quarterback in the league.
It's hard to argue.
Right there with Russell Wilson.
For what he's getting paid?
Right now.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's on the decline.
Well,
Seattle got everything out of him they're going to get. Dumping him when they did made sense.
Yeah, as much as I thought that was I mean, I hate Seattle in general, but as much as I was shitting on Pete Carroll and everything about that,
right?
It was and Seattle as an organization for keeping Carroll around as opposed to fucking pawning him off, that was the right move.
And
There's no doubt about it.
They
at this
stayed in the
point.
playoff hunt without him.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
with Geno.
They knew they knew what they were doing. With Geno, who the hell saw that coming? I actually picked him up partway through my fantasy league because I was getting beat up at quarterback, and it ended up being a great fucking pickup. He had some huge games.
I was so excited to watch. I think it was the week 1, Denver play Seattle because Russell was in Denver and everything, and then watching it, I was just like, "What the fuck is happening?" Right?
Yeah.
And it was ugly.
You can tell we're jonesing for football season.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm pretty excited too.
Yeah.
I'm more of a college guy, but I do like the NFL game quite a bit. I mean, I like going to see the Cards. I just wish that fucking stadium wasn't in Glendale.
Wasn't in
terrible
Egypt.
Terrible. Getting in and out of that stadium is fucking brutal.
Well, I mean, all things considered, I'd say getting in and out of there. If it was in downtown, it'd be worse getting in and out of there. I mean,
but I want it to be closer.
Worse,
I guess I just want it to be closer. You know what I mean? Put the fucking thing by the airport.
When I was a kid, where the Cubs stadium is now, it got voted down to go there before, because that used to be a golf course.
Oh, where Sloan Park is now?
Well,
the Cubs,
the whole fucking area. So that all used to be Riverview Golf Course.
Oh, okay.
Back when I was in high school and stuff. And it got voted down twice to go there.
They made a mistake.
Yeah. It was going to raise the city sales tax by half a cent per dollar.
And all the revenue would be coming in.
Yeah, so much money.
Dude, that was dumb.
Property value, everything. But,
I would go to more hockey games too if they were, now they're actually playing closer, but
Also, you got to remember, they were at ASU at the time. So those are both on Rio Salado, right?
Yeah.
It was a mile from where they were already playing. It made no sense. That was a perfect spot. It made no sense that it got voted down.
Yeah, that was dumb. I guess Glendale gave them some crazy tax incentives to build everything out there, but...
Well, not even that. No. I mean, they were lucky to get a city to approve it in Arizona. I mean, it was... Like I said, my entire life growing up was watching that get voted down.
Yeah, that sucks.
While they were playing at Sun Devil Stadium. So... Yeah, the Cardinals have always just been sort of the redheaded stepchild of the Phoenix market.
They really are. Well, the Suns were here first. They're like the, that's...
Well, the Diamondbacks won a championship in year 2.
Yeah. The 97 World Series. That was such a great series against the Yankees.
No. 2001.
2001. Yeah, thank you. Against the Yankees.
It was the year I graduated from high school. That's why I remember that.
Yeah. Against the Yankees, 7 games. That was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had Schilling and Randy Johnson going as your 1-2 pitchers twice in a 7-game series. That's going to be tough to beat.
Well, and the one closer, Byung-Hyun Kim, seemed to be a choke artist. So then in Game 7, they had
Schilling come back in.
Yeah, Johnson was Schilling as the closer.
That's nasty. That's just dirty, dude. Johnson was maybe the most dominant. This has turned into a sports podcast.
I know. Yeah.
Johnson was maybe the most dominant left-hander that I think. I mean, dominant pitcher.
Well, and he's like a freak of nature
6'10".
too. Yeah,
dude,
6'10".
He's damn near handing the ball to the catcher.
That's right. Yeah, standing on the mound.
How do you hit that?
People said it was so scary too because it was like it was coming down
with that big stride. Like he's a foot away from you by the time he lets go of the goddamn ball. Who can hit that? You know what I mean? I still remember that scene where he hits the bird in midair.
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
Fucking thing exploded.
Yeah,
looks like someone had a firecracker in its ass. Yeah. So, anyways, got the sports talk out of the way, dude. Speaking of podcasts.
Okay.
Lately, my thing when I fall asleep is listening to either a stand-up comedian like Netflix or something like that, or a podcast.
Okay.
And I happen to catch. So Andrew Schultz has like a new. You know who he is?
I'm trying to think.
He's a huge comedian now.
Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds familiar.
Yeah,
but
well, he's amazing. I'll turn you on to something. He's fucking great.
He'll turn me on.
I will
know
turn
that.
you on. I'll turn you on to a bunch of shit. But he's fantastic. He's like, what he's great at, maybe the best in the game, is crowd work.
Oh,
that fucker will walk
no, I know
up,
exactly who you're
tall,
the younger
skinny
dude. Yeah,
mustache.
good looking.
Yeah.
Wait, mustache.
Yeah. Well, he does now.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he didn't know it was, but he is tall,
know.
skinny.
Yeah.
He's like, he's probably my height. He's a big guy.
Yeah, but yeah,
Skinny.
slim.
Young, yeah, super slim.
Good looking guy.
Yeah,
and
good
just
looking dude.
is constantly going back and forth with the crowd.
Always.
Yes.
Kills
yes.
it.
No, because
Fucking
that guy kills
crushes
it on
it.
social media too.
Yes, he crushes it.
Yeah.
On social media. Like he was doing stadium shows. Like he's big,
Oh, really?
Big.
Big, okay.
And he's buddies with Rogan, of course.
Okay.
And they moved into like
the right person. I'm gonna look at this up on my phone.
Yeah, look it up. So he built. He had like a new area where he was doing his podcast, and it's this really cool area where he's doing it now. Well, he wanted a big guest to kick it off, so he had Rogan come, and they did like 3.5 hours live. And dude, it was so funny.
That guy. No, that is
know who I'm
different
talking about?
from who I was thinking.
Okay.
So,
but he's tall, skinny,
Yeah,
stash. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And he crushes the crowd work. So
he got big during COVID.
Yeah.
Because he was doing some online live shit and stuff like
where
that.
he's doing that really fast talking, like this is what's going on.
Yeah.
Andrew Schultz Saves the World, I think it's called, something like that. Yeah, he kills it. So he gets Rogan on as his first guest. And dude, they just show up, and Rogan's got cigars for everybody, and he's got like a couple comedians that sit around on the couch with him and shit and do their thing. Rogan shows up with a bunch of weed, some cigars.
Of course he does. Yeah.
Like Schultz has got a bar behind him, so they start drinking whiskey and they're smoking blunts, and like, dude, it just goes off the rails. They go all over the place. And Schultz gets high and he's like, okay, it's over. He's like, now that I've hit this, anything we were going to accomplish is done.
It's going to be worse after this.
It's so funny. And they just kind of go all over the place. But it was like 3.5 hours of Rogan being on this show. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
And you realize that podcast, and the funny thing was they're all kissing Rogan's ass because he set everybody up for success.
I'm trying to think of the guy that
Everybody's on his
talking
coattails.
about. Let me see if I can find him.
No, I'm curious.
There's another guy. Seen him?
Yeah, Matt Riff.
Yeah. His
his
crowd work is
he's really good. That's his whole deal.
Really, I don't know if he prepares any material. If he just goes out there,
he just comes out and swings it. You know what's funny? Like,
how scary would that be?
You know where you see his acts on OnlyFans?
Oh, really?
Which is weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's doing things a little bit differently.
Okay, I see it all over TikTok and stuff. But
yeah, he's a good-looking guy, and like girls are always like cat calling him from the crowd and shit, and he starts talking with them for a while.
There's a lady on TikTok that he asked these two girls. He's like, hey, what are you guys doing? Oh, this is my mom. And he goes, that's your mom?
He will get after it too. He'll be like, oh, I'll bang both of you.
She's gotten big on social media because she refers to that clip all the time.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Dude, he's getting really, really big.
Yeah.
I've watched a little bit of his stuff, but I know exactly who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, his crowd work is really, really good. That's something I kind of want to do a little bit more of, I think.
I think you'd do well with that.
But you have to have some time.
Yeah,
you don't
true.
do that in a 5-minute set, because if it goes off the rails, you can't get back.
And I'll make comments at the crowd, but that's pretty much as far as I go right now.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. With that sort of time frame, you got to be able to
reel it back,
be able to turn it around if you need to.
And I think that's the challenge. Controlling the crowd is one of the tougher things. Like, I'll get to the point where I'll ask the crowd questions. Well, I'll even make comments to someone sitting close when I'm there, but I don't do like anywhere near what some of these cats do. Like, no, and it's risky.
Well, and we've both seen at these open mics that during a 5-minute set, these guys think that they can go out there and handle it like a pro, right? And just shit the bed.
Yeah.
Shit the bed.
Yeah, you get one weird answer, or someone says something freaky, and you're just like,
fuck.
Oh, you wanted to go out there and get cute.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to show off a little bit, and you better be. And I just feel like, if you had 10, 15 minutes, I think you can get away with that.
Right.
Even if it burns some time.
Yeah.
But 5 minutes, no way.
No. Not going to happen. So.
You ever think some of these guys, like, I always feel some of these guys that do crowd work, they almost get the perfect response from their crowd. Do you think that they like have plants? Like, it's someone that they know?
I don't know.
That they might call on, or says a comment and it just sets them up.
A guy like that? No. I mean, a guy like...
Yeah, probably not them.
No. But a small one? Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like they get teed up so well sometimes. They've got like the perfect response. I'm not saying some of these guys aren't clever
Yeah.
or like can come up with it. But I always wonder if sometimes some of these guys have got someone there, they're calling on somebody, they say the perfect thing, and then they fucking knock it out of the park.
I mean, because here's one thing. Like, if I'm sitting in the crowd and you're talking to someone, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just listening, guaranteed I can think of a great response like that.
Right.
But if I'm the one on stage, fuck,
Whole
like
different ball
that's a
game.
lot of work.
No, it's you got to be really comfortable in where you are. And the other thing that I think these guys do is if they're asking a question, they're prepared for the answer either way.
Well, they should be.
You know what I
right?
mean? Like
Yeah.
if you say this, cool, I got it. If you go this way, fuck it, I've got it. So there's no risk to it. It's just which I follow.
Yeah.
I follow the path you give me.
Right, that's true.
So I think that's a strategy too, because I've thought about that. Like if you ask somebody something and they get weird, you got to be ready.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know? And so there's I think the special by Andrew Schultz and AK is the one who turned me on to him, and AK was the one talking to me about his crowd work.
Interesting.
But Andrew Schultz does a special called Infamous.
AK could do well with crowd work too.
For sure.
I mean, if the guy ever did stand up, he could fucking
100%.
nail it with that.
He would nail it.
We should have him on sometime too, just because he's an entertaining guy.
We're calling you out,
Yeah.
AK. We're gonna get you on the show. But what was I gonna say? So Andrew Schultz special is called Infamous, and you should check it out. One of the things that I really fucking like that you'll
What's it
love.
on?
It might be on Netflix.
Okay.
If not, you can find it on YouTube.
I haven't watched a good like comedy set.
He
in a
kills it.
while.
You'll love it.
Yeah.
And one of the really cool things is he has Buffer that calls the intros to the MMA fights in the UFC intro him.
Awesome.
It's fucking, and does it from like up on this balcony, and he like does it just like it's a UFC championship fight.
I
The
love it.
defending, reigning, and he like gets all into it, fighting out of New York, and like it's fucking awesome.
That's
and then
awesome.
Schultz comes out and he goes, "That's how you start a fucking comedy special." And it's like it had me hyped up. I'm like laying there trying to go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm gonna relax. And I hear Buffer's voice getting ready to call a fight. I'm like getting ready.
See, I don't think I could do that going to sleep.
Yeah, I was
I mean-
shadowboxing in my room. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, I'm like, I'm not sleeping for an hour. Buffer got me fired the
Raining.
fuck. Dude, he starts screaming.
Defending.
And he commits. You
Yeah.
know how Buffer
Oh, yeah.
just does
No,
it all.
I know. Yeah.
Fuck, it was awesome.
That's cool.
I've never seen anybody do that. I'm like, that's genius. But that's how big he is. Buffer introed the fucking guy.
That's
like he's
pretty cool.
legit.
That's
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, check that one
Yeah,
out.
I'll have to check that one out. I'm trying to. So, did you see The Machine? Did you go see it or
No, not yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until it comes on streaming something. I mean, I love Bert. Okay,
Yeah.
love it, everything, but I don't go to the theater. Come on.
It's not the kind of movie that I would go to the theater for. Like I was.
There's certain things you want to see on the big screen.
Like
That's not one of them.
Like if it's a lot of special effects and crazy intense shit
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
that's the kind of thing.
A Marvel movie.
A Marvel movie, fucking Star Warsy type shit.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Not that I'm into the new Star Wars, but like something space. Like
Yeah.
that. Okay, like that's the
Not
kind
that
of.
I'm into the new Star Wars.
I'm
Glad
not.
you clarified.
Yeah, I like the old
Because,
ones.
yeah.
I'm an old guy. I like the old ones. But shit like that you need to see on the big screen. Yeah, like something like you don't need to go see a rom-com at the theater.
Right.
You know what I
right.
mean? You sit on that and you fucking Netflix and chill your way through that bitch.
That's true. That's
That's
true.
the idea of it, anyways, right? Is it weird that we watch rom-coms together?
I don't know what a rom-com is.
Romantic comedy.
Oh.
See, I was using industry lingo
Yeah,
there.
yeah. You're
Sound like I know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Just in case,
yeah.
in case the Emmys ever call, I'm already ready to.
Yeah.
Give
Yeah.
an
You're
acceptance speech.
speaking the lingo.
Because obviously I look like a leading man.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, if you're into fucking doing a movie on cancer. Yeah, we need a big, dumb, bald gorilla. Do you have any of those? I got the perfect guy.
Yeah.
There's too many. I was just thinking about this earlier. There are too many goddamn bald, goateed people in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
This guy almost qualifies. Just bearded,
What is
bald.
with that?
There's just
So is it
too
you guys
many.
can't grow it on top, so,
you do
you
something.
feel like you have to
try
on
to have
bottom?
some interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like all I got's eyebrows and goatee.
Yeah,
That's-
it's not a
that's
very unique
fucking
look.
No, it's terrible.
You know, not that I mean
Looks like every other old fucking guy.
that's one thing. So I got a beard, which is not super. Yeah, that's very common.
Well,
now,
that's why you're
right?
Beardo in the group.
But I feel like it's the mustache that sets mine apart.
Yeah.
So
You got the little rollies. I think you should grow that Pringles can looking mustache that you had back in the
I've
day.
waxed it a few times.
Yeah, I like
this is the Pringles
like-
can mustache.
Yeah,
This
but
is the
it's
same
not
one.
waxed. But it's not waxed.
Well,
I like when you had it
can
all,
wax it.
I know. I liked when you had it all twisty curly.
Yeah,
Curly
I've
cute.
done that before too.
Yeah, I like that
When
shit.
I was visiting family in Spokane, I did that, and I figured I fit in with all the fucking hipsters up there. So,
Yeah, the waxy.
You know,
yeah.
yeah.
The beard culture is a big thing.
Well, you know, and you know me.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
Mr. Trendy.
yeah. I've never known you to not have. When was the last time you shaved, like to the skin, like didn't have a beard?
In prison.
You took it
So
down then?
funny thing,
Do you,
actually.
do
Let
you
me show
have to? Is it like the military where you got to clean it up?
when you're going in because they want to get a picture of you clean and then bearded. So, but Tavio, you've met him. When I call him, this is what shows up.
That's fucking hilarious. You look like someone in that picture, and I can't think of who it is. That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. And he
Well,
has me in there as Jimmy, Cardinals fan shit talker.
I kind of figure like
Getting mixed up with all the other Jimmys in his phone.
I would figure like you want to shave the beard because you're going to get less semen in it in the shower blowies that you're going to be given while you're there.
Yeah.
Right?
No, yeah.
Just keeps it easier to wash off. You know what I mean? Or maybe it conditions your beard. I don't know.
I kind of like smelling it after the fact.
Just fucking little flavor saver for later. Yeah, prison sex jokes never get old, do they? Good stuff. So and then you just grow it back while you're in there. You just have to shave it, but then they don't give a fuck off when you shave.
Yeah, I just did it the one time.
Okay.
And then
so there's no rules on it. You can go fucking bananas in there.
yeah, you just have to. So if you grow facial hair, you have to eventually update your ID because you carry an ID with you all the time, just so that you match whatever's on the picture.
That makes sense.
So, yeah. So I did that. I got a new ID, probably a month in. You know, once I had a decent beard, knowing that it was going to get longer, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, but I think it's only supposed to be so long, at least by Arizona standards. Yeah, but. I don't know. Yeah, I was only there a few months, so it wasn't.
Weren't there that long. I forget about that. It's already out of my memory.
Yeah,
Probably working on getting it out of your memory too, huh?
trying to. Yeah,
I bet.
I don't have dreams that I'm in there anymore. So,
I did.
That's good.
I did 10 days in a city jail.
Yeah.
When I was in college actually, but I got busted for like a fake ID and like we were in a parking lot drinking, and a grip of cops pulled up and
I thought you were gonna say something like aggravated bicycle seat sniffing.
Yeah, right. You know? I got busted, and they were cool enough to let me do the 10 days over my spring break.
Oh, that's
so I
cool.
I didn't miss any school.
Yeah.
It didn't fuck me up there, but it was like it sucked. The problem with being in these little city joints is there is not a goddamn thing to do. You're not in like county where there's a pool table and a TV or any of that shit.
There's no pool table in Maricopa County.
Dude, well, the county one where I was in Cleveland, they had that kind of shit.
County was pretty shitty.
City sucked where I was. So there's all you've got is your little bunk, and then
that's probably how city is too.
And I'm sure. And a day room, they would open up where you'd go eat and shit. Other than that, it's just a bunk. And what sucked was my fucking cell was right next to the gun range. So when you're trying to fucking go to sleep at night, one, they don't turn the lights off ever, so you're sleeping under a fucking spotlight. Yeah. And then two, I've got a 12 gauge and fucking guns just going off next to me all night, echoing in the gun range.
Oh, fuck.
All night. You know what cops do when they get bored at night? They go into the fucking gun range and just unload. Dude, I didn't sleep for shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. So when I was in county jail here, in transit there, and I remember sitting there eating in the day room, and it's like all the cells, right? And then there's like day room. So like you're literally, it's from like me to that camera, right? To the cell. And there's just this guy under his sheets just fucking wailing on himself. Like, just no regard for the fact that anyone else is around.
Doesn't
or anything.
give a shit.
Yeah, it was an experience. So, that would not have flown at like in prison or anything. But
right.
Yeah, that's
he's staring at you. That's scary.
Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe not. I mean, the way I see it, like most of these guys were, because we all came in on the same day, right? Most of these guys were coming straight in off the street. So like at least half had been homeless for God knows how long. So he probably just didn't have like a comfortable place to do it. And so now like they put him on a prison cell bed.
He was excited to go to prison.
He's just
so
ready to fucking
tug it all he wants.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
It was wild.
That's crazy.
I don't know what the fuck we're doing here.
Yeah, dude. I've heard the prison stories about guys who did a lot of fucking hard time, and they said it is just as crazy as you think.
Yeah, I mean,
Depends on where you are, you know.
Well, here's what I'll say. Everything that And I was in a low security type situation,
Yeah.
you know, but at the same time, it was just in order to get there, you just had to be under 5 years.
Oh.
So there was still murderers there. They're just at the end of their sentence,
Gotcha.
right? And so
And no one's looking to fuck up their.
no,
You know, you start getting close.
no, where there's guys that might is those that have like 3 years. They come in and they still think they're a hard ass. And
Right.
still, you know what I mean?
And some guys don't want to get out.
right?
You
right.
get institutionalized, and some of them are just like, fuck it. They'll
Yeah.
do stuff to stay in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which has got to be so crazy. Like, how fucked up was your life when you're like, no, prison's better.
Why?
Prison is better.
yeah.
How is that ever
Well,
fucking.
I mean, if you're fucking homeless or
But,
whatever,
yeah,
like,
I guess.
I mean, you know, you got all the drugs and all the whatever, and you know,
yeah.
you got daily meals and you know, 3 hots and a cot. You
Yeah,
know?
I guess that's true. I just feel like as a man, your biggest responsibility is protecting your butthole. And you go to prison, you're going to the one spot where that's
Yeah.
at risk.
Well, and again, I know of a situation where that happened.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, two.
I'm
Two.
sure.
2 situations. Yeah, one was kind of sad because it was someone preyed on someone who wasn't all there,
Right.
and and obviously that's not tolerated either.
Right.
But then the other one, I don't know what exactly happened, what went wrong, but from what I heard about it, was they somehow got the guy into the bathroom and had put a padlock inside of a tube sock and cracked him, and then
Oh, Jesus Christ.
yeah,
So when you say who wasn't all there, do you mean it was like he had some sort of like,
it was slow.
okay.
Yeah, and so this big black dude like lured him into some area, from what I heard, from what I understand. But it happened while I was there in both situations.
You feel like there should be an honor
And-
code that says no anal rape if the person has an IQ under 80.
Yeah, and then
Honor amongst thieves.
And
no,
then-
no fucking the retarded people.
yeah, I only
Can't use that word.
only saw anyone get tased, probably 3 times. Okay, and one of them was there was no reason to tase this guy. Like they just walked out. So like they started locking down the yard or whatever, and there's random time. It's like, what the fuck, you know? So we're all heading back in, and we're in this hallway that went to where the dorms were, and it was in the hallway. There's a bunch of guards standing right here, and then like the dude's walking, and they just fucking, he's a monster dude, just tase him right then and there, take him down, and start chaining him up more or less.
Fuck.
'Cause the offender, right? Which good, and I think that what they were worried about, they were worried legitimately that like if this gets out that this happened, like there's going to be some serious problems.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
You got to gang up in there too, huh? You got to
a certain
join a
degree,
gang if you're going to
yeah.
be in there for a minute. You need some
It is
protection.
divided by race and stuff,
Yeah.
and so I mean, it's weird, like
Yeah.
because you know.
Did you try to join an Asian gang?
Yeah,
I mean, you had the
obviously.
height. You had the height right.
Well, they didn't want to let me in, and I showed them my penis size.
Oh, he is one of us.
Yeah.
They can't grow a beard like that
Yeah.
though.
I just wasn't enough of a ninja, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
That was
yeah.
the only thing.
Yeah.
Couldn't do any backflips or anything cool like that.
They don't have any beards in that gang.
There's so few Asians in there.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Honestly, more white guys than anything,
I would expect
you
that.
know? I mean, but it makes sense demographically.
Here,
but
yeah.
At the same time, it doesn't support the, what everyone says as far as like mass incarceration and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
well, maybe not.
Well,
Like,
I'd expect a pretty big Mexican population
well,
being
sure.
in Arizona.
But we're in Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, white people, Mexicans primarily.
Yeah.
Who it was.
Makes sense.
Um,
Like, are they cool? Like, if you're are they cool to each other? Or is it the kind of thing where you notice, like, if someone
Yeah.
gets isolated, will they fuck with you? Or nobody wants to deal with the gang on gang shit, right? That's how people get
No,
fucked
and
up.
it's not even like that, you know. For the most part, if you're white dude or whatever, right, and you're legitimately causing some problems with someone else, in most cases, someone's gonna hear about that, and then they're gonna come and
There's
like your
repercussions.
people are gonna come
Yeah.
whoop your ass.
Consequences and repercussions.
So that's the way it was at the first place. But then the second place I was at, there was 0. Like they had literally gone through and like leveled up everyone who was political at all. So if you acted political or anything, which is the race stuff is political, right? They would basically bump you up to like a level 4 prison or something, you know, and which is not, you know, not somewhere you want to be.
Yeah, no bueno.
And so they, but without the politics, it was just fucking every person for themselves. You know, I mean, with the politics, at least you had some security. You know, as long as I have these guidelines. As long as I don't break these, we're good. You know, we're solid.
Yeah.
And that was not the case at the next place. But yeah, so I did half the time at the one that was political, and then the other half at the other one. And yeah, it was. I mean, it wasn't a big deal necessarily, but because it's not like I'm causing problems with anyone. Like I'm a pretty likable dude,
Right.
you know. But that's where I had the where I was selling cigarettes too. And so people are always like, well, what if someone doesn't pay? Because I'd always front them, right, until store day. And they're like, well, what if someone doesn't pay? And who cares? Well, then you're going to get a reputation. Oh, okay, then I'll stop doing it. You know, I got another 2 months in here. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, right. I'm done. I'm out.
You know? But that was good because I could literally probably 5x what I was spending in commissary I could get from fronting these guys on everything. You know, I was just,
That's nice.
I was always,
Yeah.
I had a little extra once I started doing that. Yeah, before that, it was just, you're always, you know, trying to make things last and stuff. Because they really don't give you a whole lot of food.
Yeah, I'd be
and
hungry
the food that
all
they
the
do
time.
give you is garbage.
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 But you can go to the commissary and buy stuff.
Well, you could order it. You'd order it, and then it would come in once a week.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not like a store that you
You
can
have a
walk
place
up
you can just go to?
No, that's where I came into play with cigarettes, right? Is like, yeah, so I'd get someone to roll, because you buy like bags of tobacco,
Oh, you got to roll,
right?
roll your own
Oh
in
yeah,
there?
yeah, you're smoking filterless little joints with zigzags, right? And so I would buy a bunch of tobacco and a bunch of papers, and then I would get another guy, because I sucked at rolling, and I had a roller, but it took forever for me to do it that way. So I just get this guy to roll them, and he'd roll. It was like 85 cigarettes for me for one fucking ramen. And
Oh, fuck. That's a great deal.
yeah. And so I'd get him to roll like 10 pouches or whatever. So I had a shitload, you know, just
So you'd sell cigarettes
wealthy,
one off?
wealthy in cigarettes.
Or like
I'd sell them in sets of 3 or 4.
Okay.
Right. And it was funny. Like the guys would come up and they're like, well, so-and-so does it for 5 for soup. And I'm like, well, then go there.
Yeah.
Well, they're out.
You're
okay.
here, aren't you? Yeah.
I do 3.
Yeah. We're not negotiating.
I do 3. So
Did you find drugs were prevalent as well?
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, easy to get in there, huh?
Yeah.
It seems like there's no
Yeah.
change for these guys. If you got a drug habit on the
No,
outside, you
yeah.
can have a drug habit
Yeah.
on the inside.
Yeah. And anytime I ever had any kind of a problem with someone, it was they were on drugs.
Lit up.
Yeah. Yeah. So other than that, I mean, no one, I mean, especially at the big prison, right? Like they don't know who you know. And like they don't, like no one everyone for the most part keeps themselves.
Yeah.
Everyone's annoying. Most people are annoying because they're
Right.
all uneducated and
Idiots. Yeah.
jackasses. But you know, that's the position I put myself in.
Yeah, I get it.
So
Yeah, it's not like Shawshank where you've got fucking
no, yeah. It's
Andy in there like smart.
yeah. Like I said, it's not somewhere you want to be, but you know, it's not the worst thing in the world
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they don't fuck around with the DUI laws out here.
No,
dude.
they don't.
Dude, I don't know what it's like in Ohio now, but I personally know someone who's had 7 DUIs in Ohio. 7. Like in Arizona, they would put a bullet in your head on the side of the road after 4.
yeah.
Like they do not fuck around, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know if the dude ever did any real time over it. 7 DUIs, like, dude. And I mean, the dude had a problem. It's a friend of mine's brother that was getting into trouble all the time. But like back then, you got him all the time, and it was not a huge deal. Like,
Yeah.
And out here, I moved out here, and I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah,
man.
they don't fuck around.
No, dude, Uber is your friend out here.
Oh, yeah. Well, and then there's no reason why it shouldn't be too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Well,
so
it's just dumb.
stupid
It's
for
dumb.
having gone down that road. I mean, it's such a
I know. But
hindsight's 2020 too. It's not like I didn't know. I didn't care.
alcohol doesn't give you.
Unfortunately, you know?
Unfortunately, alcohol doesn't allow you to make better decisions.
Right.
Be nice, but
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. This has definitely been a different podcast, but
yeah, we kind of jumped all over. But this is what I was saying. Like when Rogan was on their show, they did aliens hunting, fucking comedy.
and I think that's where we go with this.
You
You know,
just-
I
you
don't
go
think
where
we
it
just
takes you.
sit around and talk about stand up.
Yeah, you can't.
We're just gonna cover the same shit over and over if we do that. Like
Yeah.
I think we gotta we got to just talk about whatever's relevant, whatever's going on in our lives.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah. So yeah. What else is new with you?
What else is new with me? So, I took this entire year off from partying.
Yeah. Good for you.
So it was, just getting a little bit older, and then, I get my blood checked every quarter by a doctor, right? And when I started finding out that some of my numbers weren't where I wanted, right? Like cholesterol wasn't great, and like blood sugar was creeping up. I'm just like, fuck. I just thought it'd be better for me. And the problem is, stopping drinking helps, but that wasn't the biggest problem. Like, you go out and party and it's one thing. The problem is what you're eating afterwards. Nobody goes to happy hour and gets a kale salad.
You're absolutely right about that. Yeah, that's true.
I go out to happy hour with you and someone gives me a salad. I'm going to grab a fistful of it and jam it into a fucking bowl of Alfredo.
Yeah, that's right.
And maybe I'll eat it that way. Roll it up in a pizza.
Yeah.
Or something.
No, I don't want. Yeah.
Nobody goes out and gets healthy shit. You fucking eat wings and burgers and
drink beer.
Yeah, and you do that a couple times a week.
Yeah.
And you're in your 50s like me. All of a sudden you're like, fuck, man, I'm getting fat. My numbers are bad. My blood sugar's creeping up. So I just did it to kind of chill out a little bit. So that's been good. I've been getting back in the gym a little bit, and July 20th is when I'm going to be partying again for the first time. I'm going with a group of people to this weekend getaway thing. So I'm looking forward to that because you get bored.
Yeah. No, I get that.
You know what I mean? You got to find the balance of, not going out to, party with your friends 4 nights a week, but also not doing it never.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just kind of finding a good balance. So that's my plan.
Well, balance in your life is never a bad thing.
No, it's never a bad thing.
So, as much as I hate to admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's been good. I mean, it's like I started going to the gym a bit. I started eating a little bit healthier. Overall, I feel good. I'm sleeping better.
Yeah. That's
you know
good.
what I mean? But like I said, you get bored.
Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah.
And it's weird you go to a concert. I just went to the Chili Peppers concert a couple of weeks ago. Dead sober. That would never be the case.
Yeah. I mean, that's
right. I'd be partying for that.
I noticed you're back to drinking before football season starts, though. I mean,
that wasn't the plan, but it did work out that way. Yeah. So, I like my fall Saturdays. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of feel like I can't just watch football all weekend and do nothing, right? Much as I'd like to. So I kind of had to pick what day is going to be my day to fuck off and what day do I actually try to get some shit done, right? And so for me, I'm a college football guy, so Saturdays are my day to watch the Buckeyes or whatever. And then Sunday, usually I might record games to watch, but I don't spend the day sitting there watching football like I do on Saturday.
See, that's one thing that's definitely different about me compared to you is I really don't associate watching football. This may surprise you with drinking at all. Like I enjoy watching football, right? But I really don't. I don't. In my mind, there's no association.
Got it.
Whereas, I imagine with you, it's different, right? If anything, I associate watching football more with cooking.
Yeah, I get that.
Than anything.
Well, you watch the games at home with the kids, right? I mean,
yeah. So my favorite thing to do on Sundays, which would be Saturdays for you, but I'm more NFL, right? On Sundays is to get up super early, right?
Prep food
and start putting meat on the smoker.
Yeah, that's the deal. I know.
So then right around 10, when that first game is on, I can start taking things off, and then just have, because I've got levels in there, and have meat that I'm taking out throughout the day, right?
That sounds
there's
fantastic.
Constantly more.
I'm mildly turned on right now by this conversation.
I told you need to get a smoker.
I know.
I can show you how to do it.
I know. I need to get one.
You don't even have a grill. Right?
I do have a grill, but I just don't use it.
Oh.
Like with all the work and shit that we were getting done, I've got a little shitty fucking whatever. I can't even think of the name of it now. But I got a little shitty
Gas
charcoal.
grill or
no, it's a little charcoal guy.
Yeah, see, that's not charcoal's fine, but that's so much.
It's work.
It's mess and work, right?
But I also like I like the taste of charcoal.
I do too, but that's why you need a smoker.
I know. That's how you do it. I will get one. You're right. I need to get one.
They're cheap. They're easy.
They're easy, and it's fucking great.
And it's incredible.
Who doesn't want a rack of ribs on that fucking thing?
Right. I know, like, Kat was like, I don't really like smoked meat. I'm like, I don't think you understand, like, what we're talking about.
Yeah, she doesn't want it to taste super smoky. And that's not.
It doesn't have to.
No, it doesn't have to. That's what she doesn't understand that part. Yeah. She hears smoked meat, and she's just like, oh, it's going to taste. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah.
No, I like all of it.
Well, I know you do.
So, but yeah, I got to get hip to the smoker thing.
But you've had some of my stuff, like when we made it at Infusionsoft and stuff.
Yeah.
But
my thing was like it was always like
and that was pretty smoky.
Yeah,
we smoked that a long time.
But it was fucking awesome. Yeah. But my thing in Ohio was always like I would have a bunch of people come to my house and we would make Buckeye games a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People, kickoffs at noon. We'd have guys show up at 10:30, 11 o'clock, and we would just start making food and fucking off and partying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like that's what Saturdays are for me. And I like Saturday because then if I do party, I've got Sunday to recover as opposed to watching NFL games on Sunday and having to go to work Monday.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. I associate it more with cooking than
Yeah. Well, it's because you do it at home with the
anything,
family.
but that's
which
what I
makes
enjoy
sense.
doing too. Well, and then even college stuff with, my brother and my dad watching BYU and stuff like that's just but obviously that's not the party crowd either.
Yeah,
right?
that's BYU. That's about food, not about drinking.
Yeah,
I get that.
But yeah, it's always fun though. I mean,
Yeah, I can't wait for football season. Fuck.
I know, me too. I'm excited. I'm pumped.
Pumped.
Well, actually, I'm really not. I take that back because fucking
The Cards are gonna suck.
Cardinals.
See, that's why you need to be a college fan of a good team.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, growing up in Ohio, dude, I dealt with the Browns being shitty forever.
Right,
And that's why everyone in Ohio is a Buckeye fan.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, whether it was
'cause
Cincinnati or Cleveland, your team sucked. You know what I mean? But the Buckeyes were always good. So Saturday football, my squad's going to win.
Well, Buckeyes, I mean, they don't lose often, right?
Right.
But no matter what, they put on an exciting show.
Yeah, they're going to be good.
Regardless.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game.
Win, lose, or draw.
Right, it's going to be good.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that is one major difference. That's one thing that I do like about watching Buckeye games, even though I'm a fan for you.
Yeah, I get it. Now, that's how most people out here are. They're
But,
like, I watch them for you, Dick.
Yeah, but overall, could care less. Except for the fact that it is still an enjoyable game to watch.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Which is what I like about a lot of college teams.
They're exciting.
They're
They're
still
high
the boring
scoring
ones, though.
Well, it's like if you're gambling on the games, it's so weird in college because like the spreads are ridiculous.
Well, it's you never know in college. I mean, in the NFL, you got a pretty good fucking idea.
Yeah, who's good, who's not.
But like the elevation and skill level that a player can have from 1 year to from his sophomore to junior year or sophomore to senior, so 2 years,
Huge difference.
is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like nothing you've ever seen.
Right, they're growing.
And so it's that you never know what's going to happen.
No, that's what makes gambling on the NFL games so much easier. I mean, most games
Way
are
easier.
Most games are 3 points.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get a double-digit spread in the NFL, that's expected to be an ass kicking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Whereas
absolutely
in
is.
college, dude, you'll have a spread of 40, 50 fucking points sometimes. Like, how do you bet that? That's insane.
Yeah, that's pure insanity.
It's so, yeah, very different.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's I like I said, I enjoy both. It's just a lot of work to follow both.
Yeah. You just don't have the time.
Yeah.
When you're a kid and have
I
shit
can't
to do.
take the whole weekend.
No, that's what I'm saying.
To
That's why I had to choose, and I chose Saturday.
dick around and watch football.
I chose Saturday, and then I record games on Sundays and watch them when I get a moment. You know what I mean? I might watch those later in the week even.
Sure.
When I have time. You know what I mean? And, that's the nice thing about recording shit is it goes from a 3.5 hour event to an hour.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. But I mean, unlike you, I don't still have DirecTV and shit. That's
I gotta cut the cord,
made
man.
it into the new century.
Yeah, I really need to cut the fucking cord. I would do it because there's other ways for me to catch sports. That's the only thing I really give a shit about. But my wife watches all this Bravo shit and all these housewives shows.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm not kidding you. Those housewives shows, I can't listen to the sound of them. I can't even be in the room.
Yeah.
I
fucking annoying.
hate these wealthy ass bitches whining about stuff.
Bitching.
It's so
about
dumb. I hear it and it'll chase me out of the living room. My wife puts that on. I just
cunts.
Oh my God. My wife puts that on. I just fucking leave.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Fuck that
I can't hear about your terrible problems in your fucking $10 million crib.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here. How out of touch are you? And it's like they fake drama just to make it bullshit. I keep telling my wife, I'm like, this shit is scripted. And they act like it's all natural. Bullshit. They got producers
scripted.
They got producers pumping the fucking drama and that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, you watch sports. I'm like, yeah, but at least it's, mostly real. I'm going to have to hear people bitching about it all the time. Like, I fucking hate those shows. And there's 27 of them. How many goddamn different shows in different cities do you need to have wealthy women yelling at each other?
Well, as long as it's still making money. I saw a pretty funny interview with, I think it was a Ja Rule, right? And they were asking him, like, how many more movies are you going to make in this Fast and Furious franchise? And he goes, you know what? These cost us $1.5 million to make.
And make 100.
And they make 30, 40 million. So we're going to do that
until that doesn't work.
as long as that model works. He goes, if you have a business, what do you do?
Yeah.
He goes, you ride it until it goes. And it's,
They're up to like 10 now.
oh yeah, there's tons. But
I didn't
again,
know.
Someone's watching
I
them.
watched the first one and never another one. But like all of a
Thank
sudden,
you. Yes.
and then all of a sudden the other day
I watched the second one,
they're at number 10.
and I thought it was dumb, and I've never even thought about another
Dude,
since then.
there's number 10 is
Like,
out right now.
Never even considered it.
Has anyone ever made a movie like series that has 10?
No.
Maybe Star Wars has maybe that many now. I don't know.
Star Wars, I think, is still 6, though. I mean,
But with the prequels and all the new ones and shit, that's all.
I think so. I mean, they have the other series, like The Mandalorian and shit
No,
like
I just
that,
meant
too.
I just meant the movies. The
Yeah,
feature
but just
movies.
the straight up movies. No,
only
I
6 of
think
those?
there's only 6.
Oh, why did I think?
Because
there were
there's
way
the
more than
first
that?
trilogy, and then the prequel,
Okay.
which is 3 as
Okay.
well.
I thought maybe they remade the. I don't know. I'm
No,
sure you're
yeah,
right.
it's. I think that's all it is.
All right.
So
That's
yeah,
a lot of fucking movies.
yeah,
You know, and
that's
usually,
a ton.
Usually, even a sequel isn't that good of a movie. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, so 10. It's like, dude, you've tapped out every goddamn storyline you can come up
You
with.
see, there's a new Joker coming up.
I read something about that. Yeah.
I mean, you saw the first
playing,
one, right?
Who's playing? Yeah.
With Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, he killed it.
Oh fuck yeah!
He made
Love
that shit
movie.
dark. Yeah, dude, he got weird. Dude,
Yeah.
that dude takes on some weird roles. He's got another movie now where he plays a super weird
Yeah,
fucking
he's kind
guy.
of a weirdo.
He's a weirdo, but he's a great actor. You know what I mean? But he's
Well,
he's got a movie out now where he plays a fucking weird dude. I saw a trailer for it. I'm like, oh yeah, this seems like a fucking role for him.
Yeah,
You know,
it's wild. Yeah, I
who plays Joker in the new one?
I think it's still Joaquin.
Oh, he's doing to get it.
No, it's a sequel to the first one. Oh. You know, the first
That
one.
I didn't know. I thought they
and
were
it's
doing a
still
whole
pretty
new-
dark, right?
Yeah.
No, that's my understanding. I could be wrong,
Okay.
but my understanding is it's a sequel to that,
Oh shit. Okay.
which is going to be good.
Well, it'll be good.
If that's what it is,
that'll
it's
be
going to be
great.
fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
then I'm excited.
If it's something different, I'm not really looking forward to it the same way.
I guess the Batman franchise has made quite a few movies, right?
You could say that. But each one ends up being about a trilogy, you know?
Yeah, kind of.
I mean,
And
well,
I-
except
they-
for no, I guess the first round. So the first 2 of the old ones, right, were good because they were Tim Burton made them, and it was what's his nuts was Batman.
I remember Michael Keaton.
Michael
being-
Keaton, yeah. But then they got to like George Clooney and fucking
Yeah, that
all
wasn't a good one.
all the-
Christian
Val
Bale was
Kilmer.
good. Christian Bale was good.
That's a
Oh, I
different
forgot
trilogy
Val-
though.
I
That's a
forgot Val
different
Kilmer did
trilogy.
it.
Yeah, the first, and they did like 5 or whatever.
Ben Affleck played him.
Ben Affleck, yeah, Val Kilmer, fucking George Clooney. Like come on,
Yeah,
stop.
yeah.
And like, yeah, there's the one with like Mr. Freeze or whatever, and like it's all frozen and shit, and Batman and Robin fucking click their heels and ice skates shoot out of their feet. It's like, well, why would you have that? And where was that? Okay, was that inserted into your fucking foot?
Yeah,
like,
you don't have that on the belt
me a
there,
fucking
Batman.
break.
Well, that's the interesting thing about Batman compared to the other superheroes. Like, he's just a normal dude who has cool tech.
yeah. Well, that's exactly right.
And I mean, everybody else has got some sort of weird lab experiment went wrong, and they've got some weird shit happening, right?
The cool thing about the Christian Bale series, Batman, was like he had that other guy, and he had Wayne Enterprises, which actually had all these different things that they never really used at Wayne because they supplied stuff to the government. Like it was a little more believable.
Yeah.
Than like Batman just being this fucking genius. I tried to watch the new one, the Detective Batman one or whatever. It wasn't really my thing.
I just realized that Batman's not the only one who's just a wealthy dude with cool tech. That's what Iron Man is.
That is what Iron Man is. 100%. Yeah.
That's right. So those
Iron
two,
Man is the Marvel Batman.
yeah, with even
Right?
cooler shit because he
Oh.
can fly.
No, Iron Man's way more invincible than Batman ever thought about being.
I think of
He's
all
not
of
wearing
those.
a rubber suit. He's wearing a fucking iron suit.
Yeah, I think of all those movies, I like the Iron Man movies the best
You know, it's funny because
because I love Downey Jr.
I never
he
thought
kills
I would
those
like Iron Man,
Yeah,
but I 100% agree. For one, his movies are good, and he does a really good job in all the Avengers movies too.
yeah,
You know, because he's really kind of a not just a lead, but like he's like the head
yeah,
superhero
yeah,
too, right?
Well, I feel like he plays himself.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's how
Yeah.
this dude is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's just cool. And I think he's an awesome actor.
It's like what's his nuts in 2.5 Men. He's just playing himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. Charlie Sheen. He does just play himself, doesn't he?
That's just him.
That's
he just
funny.
showed up and they said, say whatever you'd say in these situations.
Yeah. Just
no
be,
script.
Just be you.
Yeah.
Just be your drug riddled self and make jokes where it's appropriate, chase women and do drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, walk around in fucking, loafers and
Do inappropriate shit. But yeah, Hawaiian shirts and fucking cargo
loafers.
shorts. He really does just play himself.
Just bagging women all over.
Yeah, he was just getting paid. God, that dude was so big for a while, and then that train wreck was epic.
Yeah.
Just porn stars and meth and crack and like, holy shit, dude.
Have you seen the interview where the whoever's interviewing him, they go, so are there drugs in this house? And he goes, if there are, I need you to find them and give them to me right now.
He didn't give a fuck. He just did not give a fuck. His interviews about tiger blood and all that shit. You're like, dude, you went off the deep end. Woo.
If there are, I need you to find them and give them to me right now.
That does not surprise me he would say that. That dude was fucking
amazing.
Crazy. Goddamn.
Amazing. All right. Well, we're approaching the hour mark here. So
yeah, I'm good.
I think we'd go ahead and end this one.
I think we touched on enough topics.
It was all over the place.
All over.
Yeah. But I did talk to GP. He's down for Gary for
cool.
coming on for one.
Right on.
And we'll see how that goes.
Cool.
So
I like it.
Talk to you later.
Thanks, brother.